Hey there, Wondering Watchers. I'm Sony Golden for The Vibe is Golden. Welcome to the special titillating edition of Tabloid Tarot, which unveils celebrity secrets in love, dating, and super coupling. In today's titillating tabloid tarot, we're taking a peek at the dating rumors swirling around a couple spotted at the beach having tender moments together. We are tossing Shawn Mendes and Charlie Travers into the spotlight to be tabloid tarot. So let's see what sensational headline we have for Shawn and Charlie's connection. Okay, so we have here heartbreak, surrender, clarity, stress, cleanse and detoxify from unnecessary commitments, introvert, privacy, separate online community. Okay, so these cards kind of indicate more of a healing process going on between them. This concept of like cleanse, detoxify, surrender, and heartbreak. It's almost as if their connection has to do with maybe helping each other through past heartbreak. I would say, you know, for Shawn, trying to get some clarity with respect to his feelings for Camila Cabello. And this concept of this introvert, privacy, separate online community, I feel like their connection has to do with like something like, you know, internal. Like I feel like clarity, surrender, this is making me think of like spirituality, higher purpose, higher consciousness. And my understanding is that Charlie Travers is very connected with concept of spirituality and letting go of toxic energy and being in the flow and so forth. And that if you've seen the Hollywood Medium with Tyler Henry, I love Tyler. She is like his assistant and best friend. So I feel like if she's going to be buddies with a psychic medium and be part of spiritualism, it seems like this connection is more spiritual. But let's see what we have here. I'm going to go ahead and lay out these cards, and then I'll go through and let you know what's going on. Identify them, go through the meanings. Okay. All right, so the influencing energy here, we've got the Sun, definitely a card of clarity. It's making me think of this clarity card here, clarity, enlightenment, and kind of an energetic rebirth. So the current status of their connection, we have here the Fool. What draws them together, we have the Seven of Swords, typically liar, stealer, cheater card. In terms of the external influence, we have the Ace of Wands. Here's Shawn's perspective. Here's Charlie's perspective. Feelings for Charlie, we have the Empress. In terms of Shawn's hopes, we have the Nine of Swords. And in terms of his fears about this connection, we have the Seven of Cups. Down here, where Shawn kind of sees this connection going with Charlie, we have the Queen of Swords. For Charlie's feelings for Shawn, we have the Page of Pentacles. In terms of her hopes for the connection, we have Four of Swords. And then her fears about this connection, we have the Devil card. In terms of where she sees this connection going next, we have this Strength card. So interestingly, this concept of what draws them together, the Seven of Swords, this card of like liar, stealer, cheater vibes, things that are being hidden. This kind of is making me think of this cleanse and detoxify from unnecessary commitments. I think I did a reading on Sean and Camila Cabello, and like this card, did this card come up, or am I just like thinking it did? This concept of like trying to like not be necessarily honest with transitions or fully healing. So it's almost what draws Sean and Charlie together, this concept of like things that are hidden, things that, you know, deception, things that it's almost like trying to find their own stability and truth in something where they're not getting all the facts. And I think it's also interesting their feelings for each other. So in terms of the way Sean feels about Charlie, we've got the Empress card. And this, to me, you could see this woman is pregnant here. It's like a motherly card. It's also about sex, sexuality, and kind of fertility and so forth. But for how she feels about Sean, we have the Page of Pentacles. So you've got this child here. So it's almost as if she is like a mother to him, helping him to, what's the word I'm thinking of? To learn about how he is. I just want to say that this is his heartbreak that he's dealing with. And really to kind of get to a place where he is able to experience life in a good way. And like her hopes for their connection is this Four of Swords. And this is a card that usually comes after the Three of Swords. Or it does always come after the Three of Swords, which is a Three of Swords is about heartbreak. So wanting their connection to kind of come to this place of like mental clarity. Again, this concept of clarity and like withdrawing from others. So whether, you know, this heartbreak applies just to Sean or to, you know, both of their lives, but it seems like this is more about learning and teaching, sense of value of their, you know, connection with the world, and trying to have a sense of clarity and relaxation and surrender, definitely. In terms of her fears about the connection, we do have the Devil. So it could be that her fears are that this connection that they have, where they're trying to like if this is a spiritual like support that they have for each other, that, you know, illusions don't come in. Well, interestingly, he's got illusions for his fears too with the Seven of Cups. Illusions don't come in, and like their desires, their egos, their sense of being, what's the word? It's almost like that they're, I can't think of the word. Not tantalizing. I'm thinking about tantalizing, but it's more temptations. Yeah, like that they're basically their kind of desires, the temptations that come with being intimate with someone, kind of don't take over this like spiritual kind of connection. And then in terms of where she sees it going next, we have the Strength card here, which is a sense of like kind of, again, that concept of like support and kind of courage and being there for each other. I know I skipped this side, but I was so interested in like the similarities that are on here in terms of not similarities, what are they called? Contrasts and comparisons with the different positions. But I'll start at the top. So their current status, we have here the Fool. I feel like this is a new connection for them. I feel like this is an opportunity for them to kind of have fun, take risks. I do get the sense that it could be like a new friendship for them. And in terms of like whether it's romantic, I'm going to go ahead and clarify and see if, well, we have all these cards here. This is like way too many, but I will take the one that is on the Fool. Well, we do have the Knight of Cups. So there is a sense of like this being a romantic new beginning for them. But also, Knight of Cups, I feel like this is a new beginning for them. What draws them together, the Seven of Swords, I feel like this did start out as a support thing, like an emotional support, spiritual support, but there is something that is still being like withheld. There's a sense of like, I just want to say like naughtiness that draws them together. And I don't know if it's kind of in, what's the word? Influenced by the devil. We have the Empress here. So, which is interesting. This is how Shawn feels about Charlie. So I feel like what draws them together is there's this intention to kind of like reveal what's hidden, kind of like for the purpose of like really figuring out who they are and so forth in life. But I feel like this concept of the Empress, the fact that it can be both a mother and also like sexuality, something that is nurturing, but also nurturing, but also be something desirable. So I feel like this concept of someone who is supposed to be supportive, someone who is supposed to be caring and nurturing, it's crossing over to something that is becoming more sensually desirable. So I can see why this devil is over here on the fears side. In terms of like the external influence of their relationship, we have the Ace of Wands. So I feel like them experiencing new things together, if they are trying to achieve some type of a spiritual uplifting, I feel like them achieving that together and experiencing that together is definitely going to influence their connection. I'm going to take this card here. We have the Eight of Wands. So it's going to progress it. It's going to make it seem like they're going to be spending more time together, doing more together, trying to advance their spiritual beliefs. So I'm going to go over here to Charlie and take a look at her feelings for Shawn with this Page of Pentacles. It's almost like a sense of him like being very eager to find out about her way of doing things. The initial intention was to kind of become more spiritual, but I think there is that kind of the more interested someone becomes in you, regardless if it's the knowledge that you have versus you as a person, kind of sparks some, feelings, curiosity. We we have this Ace of Pentacles, something new. Kind of, I feel like she is kind of getting to retell her story of who she is to Shawn, and he's very interested. And so it's giving her a sense of like kind of boosting her ego, I feel, and giving her a good sense of value. And like, I feel like she's seeing some kind of potential there for the both of them. In terms of her hopes with the Four of Swords, we have here the Knight of Pentacles. So I do feel like her intentions are for Shawn to have like a sense of clarity and to really be connected with his world and know what he wants going forward. Like, there is that hope and intention that he gets, you know, he gets a sense of who he is and what he wants through this connection. So let's take a look at her fears of this devil. It's almost a sense like she knows she has a power. There's a difference in power, and she knows that what he's looking for, she has more experience with that, and she's fearing that she'll use that for the wrong reasons. We have this Judgment card. This is about kind of like that moment of truth. Like, is she going to let her like instant gratification, her ego, like her sense of being persuaded by temptations and lusty illusions, is she gonna let that interfere and not like overcome what the initial intention was, which is a sense of like being there and supporting Shawn? And I don't think there is like some client-patient issue here. I think it just has to do with initial intentions of like, yes, you know, I can help. I understand what you're going through. Let me tell you what I know about, you know, spirituality, connecting with your higher self, kind of accepting past loss, and kind of, and then kind of, it's not like they're not allowed to, but I would say for all intents and purposes, it's about learning to, or teaching Shawn how to accept certain aspects of himself and his life and deal with it, and you know, come out with a sense of like clarity, a sense of detaching from things that aren't serving him, and almost fearing that this is going to tarnish him more than help. So, but she does see it. She sees it as helping him. She sees it as helping him to get a sense of like support and strengthening himself and detoxifying. But we also have the Moon here. So I think she also sees that this is going down a path where it's murky. The lines of like, are we friends? Are we connecting on a spiritual level? Are we connecting on an intimate level? Am I nurturing you? Or is this physical touching? Is it more, is there something more there? And honestly, when I was looking at the video of Charlie kind of squatting or next to Shawn and kind of on the beach near their car and kind of rubbing his back, it almost seemed like a motherly type thing, like almost like it didn't look like they were making out. It looked, you know, it's almost, I could see if he was like crying or like feeling bad or feeling sick even, and she was just like rubbing his back. That's kind of, I could get that sense, but here it's like then watching how she was rubbing his back, I'm like, is it sexual? Is it supposed to be caring? And then it's something underhanded there goes from like motherly comforting to something sexual. So let's see about Shawn's feelings. We've got this Empress card. It is kind of motherly in this one because she's pregnant, but in this card she's like, she's wearing this kind of nightgown that's a little bit kind of like come to mama type of vibes, as opposed to like come to mommy. So let's see what we have here. We have the Six of Cups. This to me is more about like a safe place for kids to play, a safe, nurturing connection, a sense of like, I do get a sense he feels that she is comforting him, helping him, and teaching him how to accept help, teaching him how to accept support, and to have like more harmony in his life. In terms of his hopes for this connection, we have the Nine of Swords. It's almost like he's hoping that there is no connection, and I think that says like love, and it's a burnt page. But his hopes are kind of, I think it's almost like he just wants to get over this like toxicity swirling around his head. He wants to get a sense of clarity, and so he's hoping that this connection can give that to him. Well, we have here the Lovers card. I feel like this here is his hope is to get a better handle on the truth of what love is. And maybe, she's helping him heal this heartbreak, but maybe there's that potential for this connection between them as a result of it. But in terms of his fears with the Seven of Cups, it seems like he doesn't really know what he wants. There's a bunch of choices, there's illusions, and he's trying to like improve his situation and his life, his connection with himself, his body, his mind. So let's see about the Seven of Cups. We have here the Five of Wands. So I feel like his fears are the things that he wants, the potential connections that he has with her are going to pull him in different directions. They are going to present themselves as opportunities to kind of, there's no line per se here, but it's almost like crossing the line of like that nurturing versus like desire and sensuality. I feel like they both have similar fears with that, but in terms of where he sees this going next, we have the Queen of Swords. And I feel like that is a card of definitely more being logical, more having a sense of clarity, and not being emotionless, but definitely more thinking with your mind than with your body. So let's see what we have here. We have here the Three of Pentacles. So I feel like he sees this going next. I mean, he sees this as her helping him perhaps being more logical, and that she is part of someone that will stand up for him, help him to get where he wants to go. Like, this concept of, cutting the bad things out of his life, and getting that sense of clarity and building up. I feel like he sees that she has this ability to help people on this kind of like a journey for spiritual, like achieving a higher spiritual connection with themselves. And so I feel like he sees this as truly a, she is showing him and teaching him and telling him, this is how you do it. This is kind of, this is the process. I feel for her, it's a sense of a little bit more aware of, a little bit more aware that there's fuzziness between their connection, and a little bit more aware that how this connection, this sense of like truly wanting to connect from the heart, not necessarily, I still don't even see it as a romantic thing. I see it more as truly wanting to experience life from the heart and being honest. And like, in order to do that, you have to heal a broken heart. So I'm going to go ahead and pull one more card, get a sense of like the intention of this current status. We have the Strength card. So I do get the sense like the intention of what brings them together is for this concept of building strength, of building a healthier mindset, a healthier resolve, and kind of courage to deal with how they are experiencing life and experiencing love, and not necessarily just on a romantic level. But even though you do have the Lovers and you do have the Empress showing up here twice, I do feel like the Strength card showing up twice, and these cards of like mental clarity, illusions, anxiety, stress, kind of for Shawn, really indicate that he's hoping for a sense of not only clarity in thought, but clarity about his desires, about what he wants and how he can get there, and who can help him get to where he wants to be. So thanks for watching this titillating edition of Tabloid Tarot. We'll see you next time. Take care.